SEBI has filed a fresh affidavit before the Supreme Court claiming that Adani Group companies were not under investigation before the Hindenburg report. The rejoinder was filed after the petitioners in the Adani-Hindenberg report case opposed SEBI's plea to extend time for the probe into the allegations raised by the Hindenburg report. The agency has submitted that the earlier investigation pertains to the issuance of GDRs by 51 Indian-listed companies, among which no Adani Group company was found. However, SEBI has submitted that it's been looking into the issue of minimum public shareholding norms through international channels since 2020. The capital markets regulator also claimed that the investigation arising out of the 12 transactions mentioned in the Hindenburg report is highly complex, adding that any incorrect or premature conclusion of the case arrived at without full facts or material or record would no longer serve the ends of justice and hence would be legally untenable. The rejoinder was filed even as the Apex Court adjourned its hearing on the Adani-Hindenberg issue until tomorrow. Let's go across to Anisha Mathur tracking this today. Anisha, this is the second time the Supreme Court has adjourned its order in as many days. What happened in the court today that this decision was taken?
Well, today the Supreme Court simply ran out of time to hear the matter. There were more than 60 matters in the list for the Chief Justice's bench to hear, as well as a special bench case and the retirement function for Justice M.R. Shah. And that is why none of the matters after item 47 were really heard by the court today. The likelihood, however, is that the matter will be heard tomorrow. What is also important to note is that the court in the last hearing had clearly said that they are not inclined to give the 6 months extension that the SEBI has asked for, but they could very well give a 3-month extension. We'll have to now wait and see when exactly this matter will be heard by the court or if any clear orders are going to be passed.
SEBI flip-flopped on its statement given on Friday. How has that affected the case?
The SEBI, in its reply that has been filed today, has very clearly said that whatever investigation was carried out in 2016 was with regard to global depository receipts, GDRs, which went into 51 Indian companies, but the SEBI has claimed that none of those companies were part of the Adani Group, which in fact, according to the petitioners, is incorrect, because the petitioners, remember, had pointed out that in 2021, the Minister of State for Finance, Mr. Pankaj Chaudhary, had in fact given a written reply to the Parliament after this Hindenburg report controversy had broken out, that there is an investigation by the SEBI against Adani since 2016. So why exactly has the SEBI's fresh affidavit contradicted what the minister has said? We'll have to see what happens in court about that, because the SEBI has said that we've given a report on our investigation to the expert committee. At the same time, they've also said that in 2020, in October, they had approached the International Organization of Securities Commissions, which is an international body for cooperation between various countries when it comes to securities regulatory authorities, and in 2020 they had sent in some questions. They're still waiting for those responses. They're still looking into all of those issues with regard to the minimum public shareholding norms across the world. Now, with the SEBI now taking this stance, we'll have to see how the court is going to interpret this, because the petitioners very clearly had raised the allegation that there are a number of companies which are based in Mauritius, that are registered in Mauritius, which own more than 95%, which have a huge stake in the Adani Group enterprises, and that is exactly where the petitioners had asked for an investigation.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.